I'm Charles Gregory.
Hi, and I'm Jessica Boss.
And we're here at the Business and Technology Center, a part of the MCC campus in Kansas City, Missouri, and we're in the Network Academy Cisco class.
We're going to go through demonstrating the configuration of EtherChannel on layer 2 switches, as well as describing basic concepts that help us better understand EtherChannel.
Today we'll be using Packet Tracer to demonstrate the configuration on these switches, EtherChannel on these switches. We will show how to configure PAC-P, LACP, and how to force an on channel in your channel group.
What is EtherChannel? It is simply link aggregation, the ability to bundle ports together and combine their bandwidth. Primarily, we use these connections between distribution level switches, distribution to core level switches, and to servers with multiple network adapters. This graphic is from the EtherChannel fundamentals and the bridging materials. It shows the aggregated links from the distribution layer switches to the campus core and between the distribution layer switches as well. With EtherChannel, we can group up to 8 physical ports together. STP treats it as a single physical port. All ports are in forwarding mode. It lowers the STP cost, and if a link within that channel group goes down, it does not alter the cost. They can be configured as either access or trunk ports, and layer 3 channels can be created with multi-layered switches. This graphic is from the EtherChannel fundamentals bridging materials as well, and it shows the spanning tree costs assigned to the bundled ports. And as you can see, with just 2 bundled ports together, we lower our cost from 19 to 9. You cannot do more than 8 physical ports together in one channel, and this is primarily because at 10 we would go to 1 gigabyte, and you should just upgrade to the physical port. These are the EtherChannel configuration commands, and you can do either a range or you can assign individual ports to it. As you create it, you will assign it a channel group number 1 through 6. This is dependent on the switch itself. The 2960 only allows up to 6 per switch. You would also select your mode of either auto, desirable, on, active, or passive. Once you've created the channel group, you would go into the interface port channel of the channel group number you created, and then from there you can assign it either trunk access, trunk native VLAN, and so forth. To check configurations, you have your show interface EtherChannel, show EtherChannel summary, load balance, and port channel. This is the mode descriptions. On will force a EtherChannel without protocol. Auto and desirable are the Cisco proprietary port aggregation protocol, or PAC-P. Passive and active are the IEEE standard of link aggregate protocol, or LACP. Active and desirable for the respective ones will negotiate the EtherChannel.
This is our starting topology. We have 3 Catalyst 2960 switches and 3 PCs. We have them all pre-configured with your basic stuff. Also, we have the switches set up with a native VLAN of 99, and the PCs are running off of a VLAN 5. Also, as you can see, we are currently running a spanning tree mode of rapid PVST. And which is very much in working order. As you can see that we have 2 block ports, and what we are going to do is set up the EtherChannel and get those channels wide open.
Now that everything has been configured, VLANs have been set, I'm demonstrating the configuration EtherChannel between Catalyst 2960 switches. And configuration mode is where we want to start. I'm configuring on S3 between switch 3 and switch 2, so those are interface range, fast Ethernet 10 through 11, and I'm creating the channel group, which this is the command for that. I'm choosing channel group 1 to make it simple, 1, 2, 3 are the groups I'm going to choose. Of course, next you need to do mode, select your mode. These are the modes you can choose from. Between S3 and S2, we want to use PAG-P. So we want the negotiator to be S3. On PAG-P, we want to be desirable. Now that we have the channel group configured on the interface, of port channel 1, we now want to configure trunking. So switch port mode trunk, and then the .10Q is enabled. We also want to configure the native VLAN. Trunk native VLAN 99. And now that I've configured this side of the channel group on switch 3, I'm going to go to switch 2 and configure that other side. On this side, the interfaces are the same. Interface range, bus Ethernet 10.11, and create the channel group 1. You want to select what mode it's going to be in. And since switch 3 is the negotiator, you want switch 2 on PAG-P to be auto. And you'll see that the VLAN mismatch discovered will show up until you have everything configured correctly. Configure the interface for the port channel on this line, which is 1. I want to enable .10Q. And then the VLAN 99. And of course I forgot to enter that it's native VLAN. That's always helpful. Everything is starting to work better. Now I want to configure from switch 2 to switch 1 the next port channel. Interface range for that is fast Ethernet 1 to 2. Create the channel group. We'll name this one 2. This is the second one I am setting up. Enter the mode for LACP, which you want the negotiator to be switch 2. For LACP, that means unconditional negotiator is active. The interface port channel is next. Group 2. You want to enter .10Q, activate that. The native VLAN 99 enabled. Again with the spelling. Spell check on this would really help. We are now ready to move on to switch 1. As you see, the lights are green, the lines are up, this side is up, and we need to move on to switch 1 configuration mode. Since we are configuring interface range, fast Ethernet 1 and 2, create the channel group. And on this line it was channel group 2. I'm just too happy with my enter button. Mode is, of course, for LACP, you want it to be passive since on switch 2 is a negotiator. That channel group, everything's up and green. You want to work on now between switch 1 to switch 3. So interface range on this one is past Ethernet 3 to 4. Channel group number for this one, 3. Mode, channel group 3. Oh, right, on this one, it's on. We're just going to force it to connect. So we go back to switch 3 and configure the other end of that channel. Interface range on this one is different, because it never has to be the same on both ends of the channel. So it is interface range plus Ethernet 20 through 21. Channel group 3. Of course, always inner all the time. Mode on, since we're not setting the protocol on that. As you can see, everything is now green, everything's communicating, and spanning tree is not blocking any of the ports. Alright, now that all switches are configured with protocols LACP, PAGP, or forced on, I'm going to demonstrate the show commands for EtherChannel. On switch 2, you can see through the show EtherChannel, and of course we want to see port channel first. It's the lengthier of the show commands. It'll show you on group 1 that it has PAGP protocol enabled as we wanted, and group 2 channel group has LACP protocol enabled. With command show ether channel and use summary, it gives you the simple output of this configuration on group 1 with PAGP, group 2 with LACP, and the ports that we assigned it to. And switch 1, you can see the same thing on show ether channel summary. You can see that group 2 has LACP, group 3 between switch 1 and 3 is forced on and without any protocol configuration.
Today we showed you Cisco's EtherChannel, its concepts, usage and necessity, its interactions with STP, gave you a how-to configuration on PAGP, LACP, and how to force an on-channel group. We also showed you the show, output, and configuration commands. For Jessica Botts, this is Charles Gregory. Thank you very much.